It's our fair part show. It's our fair part show. We love Age of Empires. Blah, 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 Friend Patrol.
What the hell?
Age of Empires is the game that you got in the cereal packet.
Hi,
I'm Liam. This is the Off Air Podcast. Ben, Belle,
Hello.
producer Andy, producer Brody, producer Tom, Jack, and Mace Dog.
What's up? Does everybody know what that is?
Yep.
Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Okay. I know the game, but I don't know what this is.
I remember Age of Empires, but
What do you know about it?
don't think I played it.
I remember it in the cereal boxes.
We've talked about it
My
at
brother's
great
got
length this morning, hence why it's made it into the intro. Off air, we talked about it. It was pre-show. I can't remember how it came up. I think, Brody, you might have mentioned it, and then we started talking about it. But back in the day when you got Kellogg's cereal, there was like a limited edition like video game in there. And that was the first ever video game I got hooked on. I remember I was pretty young. I was probably like 8 or 9. It was Age of Empires 2, I believe.
Yep.
And it came in some cornflakes. And I remember I stayed up all night playing it. Mum in the morning came out, made a cup of tea. She's like, "Have you been playing that all night?" And I was like, "Yes," because it's just like it's the best game. It's
Did
such
you
a good
get,
game.
like, out of interest, just like always interested in prying into your
Yes.
childhood a bit? Did you get in trouble for that?
No,
Or-
not at all. No, Mum didn't care.
He was eating
She was
sugary
just
cereals.
She was just happy that someone was using the computer. Like, you know, you might as well use it if it's there. And the sound.
Is that all you were doing all night on the family computer?
Hey, we did not have the bandwidth to do anything else. And the sound, the that was in the game in Age of Empires. Basically, the idea is you have to build up your civilization and you fight other civilizations, and you have to be the first civilization to build a world wonder, and you win the game. So there's like warriors and there's priests. Priests are the ones that go and they don't fight the opposition; they convert them.
Do you know what I realised
Really?
this is like my friend was saying this to me the other day. He was like, I know it's not Age of Empires, but it's like a PS2 game. But he's like, I literally have vivid memories of like you coming to my house with your memory card, so he could pass like levels for me because I was like not good at games.
You went to his house.
Yeah, but I'm like, when I think about it, like I'm like, you would definitely be my friend. I'm like, hey man, like Simpsons Hit and Run. Like I cannot do this. I cannot do this Bart level. But we were talking about that, and that game was goated. Remember that? Do you guys remember Simpsons Hit and Run where you could get Mr. Burns' flame
I've
car?
got it,
Like,
yeah.
I still reckon if you put that map in front of me, I reckon I could find where his little dungeon. You go down that long
was
hallway,
such
and
a
it
good
was like,
game.
you're in a flame car. And,
Yeah.
oh,
That and Crazy
awesome.
Taxi. That was
Yep.
sick.
I, as an adult,
Yeah.
I have so many video games that I regret that I traded in to like EB Games because when you're a kid, you don't have the money, so you have to trade your game in so you can get enough money to get the next game. And so as an adult, I'm going back through and rebuilding the catalogue of games that I used to play. And I recently got Simpsons
Did
Hit and
you?
Run on the PS2. Yeah.
Oh, that would be so nostalgic. I remember when you know, if you were driving his Bart and like you'd get bumped into, he'd go, ouch, my ovaries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny.
Oh, really?
It doesn't
I'm
have
never going to
ovaries.
lose these love
Hello.
handles was another one. That
I'm
he
never
did.
going to lose these love handles, yeah. And also, let's lay some rubber down. Yeah, and then I remember there's like the tire burning. There's a big
Yeah, you can drive over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wasn't there like some sort of thing as
Firefly.
well where you could like jump to like get something over the Jebediah Springfield statue?
There was lots-
like
there was-
You
Like
could knock his
game-
head off.
The game,
Yeah.
there was lots of hidden jumps, and to get
Yeah.
a certain achievement, you had to hit all the jumps.
Yeah.
What a funny
I could
game. It
talk
was
for
literally hit
about
and
an
run. It was
hour.
like
Yeah.
it was like pretty much a launch. It was basically Grand Theft Auto was
It
probably
was
big, and then Simpsons were like,
attempt
let's
at hit and run.
capitalize on
Yeah.
this.
If you want a Crazy Taxi, has a Simpsons version too.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Road
No,
Rage.
it was
But the
incredible.
OG game was Carmageddon. That was the original hitting people with a car game.
I didn't know
Carmageddon.
Someone's showing their age.
Well, yeah, I am.
Everyone's like,
kind of. It was.
You guys
like
remember
the
Space
older-
Invaders? How much fun was that?
I'm not that old, but I was
Gallagher?
thinking my lived experience growing up is like a mixture of Liam and Ben's because I had like British parents and had that kind of similar upbringing to Liam, but my parents were very liberal with what I watched and media I consumed. Like my first memories of games was Duke Nukem.
Oh my word!
Yeah, which was not appropriate for a kid.
Jesus.
And I
what
would
is
have been
that?
like,
What is it?
like a guy that goes into the future and kills aliens, but there's like strippers and stuff.
Yeah,
And-
there's
Basically, Johnny Bravo.
every level there's a strip club. So you could be like just walk around a normal city, bang. In through the hospital, there's a strip club. Bang. Out through the library, bang, there's a
So
strip club. It's
funny.
heaven.
and you
Just
could,
like- funny, like-
you could see the boobs and stuff like that. If
I
you
literally-
gave them
They were
money.
like triangles, but they were still
Yeah,
boobs.
Lara Croft triangles.
Yeah.
I remember
guys-
like
Sorry, the only naughty game website, was there one called E-Bombs World?
Yes,
Yeah,
I remember
E-bombs,
E-bombs.
yeah.
What was
well.
on
A little
that?
virus
albino black
haven.
sheep.
Yeah, I feel like my brothers used to go on it, and then
Flash
I
games.
saw it once, and then I invited a friend over, and then I said, "Oh, my brothers went on this website," and then I remember being really scarred by some games on there.
Yeah, no, some of it, like
Don't.
early internet, like rotten.com and stuff like that, was like pretty.
New
There was a
brutal,
lot.
yeah.
Even on
Yeah.
Funny Junk, they had some weird stuff sometimes.
Funny junk,
You walked
yeah.
into my house and you kicked my dog. one of the great
Dead
funny
bodies.
junk videos.
Tom is very like.
It's the end of the world.
It's a different like. I mean, you are not a millennial, are you? You're
I don't know
Tom's
what
the
I
same
am.
age as me. You're
Yeah.
96, right?
Yeah, no, I'm 97.
so you are a Gen Z.
Yeah, sure.
So,
So
did
what-
you,
what-
did you have
technicality.
like Funny Junk and stuff?
The last 5 minutes have meant absolutely nothing.
You're
to me.
telling me you never played
Did you have
Chicken
mini
Invaders?
clip?
I have no idea what that is.
You don't know what Chicken
Chicken
Invaders
Invaders
is?
is, dude?
Shooter?
No.
What, did you play
Did
any
you-
games
did
at
you
all
have
like growing
mini
up?
clip?
To
Like,
be fair, no.
Did you play Lion Rider in school?
Oh,
No.
stick cricket?
oh, great.
Club Penguin?
I know what Club Penguin is,
Yeah,
but I
okay.
didn't play it. I
Eight-ball
was too
pool
old.
and mini
I was.
What about Club Habbo? Habbo Hotel.
What about Animal Crossing?
Hotel
Nintendogs?
followed me on
Stop me.
Threads.
Stop me when I got one.
I had a
iToy.
Nintendo DS. You know
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
what it is.
What game?
Yeah, but you would have had the
I-
new one.
I played Finding Nemo.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, no.
There was a good. I reckon Incredibles had a pretty good game on the Game Boy. That was pretty good.
On the Game Boy.
On the game.
Oh,
Oh no,
Game
that's
Boy
why I had a
Advance.
Game Boy.
Game Boy. Yeah.
We're talking color, advance. What'd you have?
No,
The
I had.
see-through one?
This,
Pocket.
yes.
Yes.
Oh, do you guys
The
remember
one that was-
Rayman?
It was before the color flip
Rayman?
one. The,
Yeah, I remember
the-
Oh, so it might have been
Rayman.
the
Rayman.
was it
Rayman.
kind of like that?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
advance.
so it was the
Yes.
Game Boy Advance,
Advance,
yeah.
There you go.
What about Spyro?
Spyro? I was gonna say
Spyro.
the pink
Yeah.
dragon
Man.
that couldn't fly, could
Yeah.
kind of like glide a little
Oh,
bit.
Yeah.
and just
what
hit
about
stuff.
Ratchet and Clank?
Yeah. Oh, Ratchet
First came out on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, one of the
Came
good
with it.
games. What about Jack and Dexter?
No.
You remember Jack and Dexter,
yeah.
Ben?
I do, yeah.
I feel
Jack
like
and
I
Dexter was
like
good.
like I feel sorry for Tom that I feel like we grew up in the best era for content.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Games.
And you slept
for
on it.
everything. Like if you didn't like flash videos on
was so
like an early
unregulated.
internet,
True,
like if you don't
because
know
we
what.
had like MSN, and then we graduated through. We had
Yeah.
all social media.
What about that
and
video
all
that goes,
MSN.
"It's the end of the world"?
Yeah.
If you don't know
Have you seen that one?
what
But
salad
I'm
fingers
tired.
is or
Yeah. I have
burnt
no
face
idea what
man.
salad fingers is.
Milford
I was on
cubicle. Do you know what I'm
MSN.
doing right now? I'm doing
Salad
salad
fingers.
fingers.
No idea what that
face
is.
man.
Wild that we had to like battle our parents to say, "Mum, I want the home phone so I can use the
Yeah,
internet."
correct.
Get off the
Even
phone, I'm
even I
godlike.
can remember.
Correct.
Speaking of GTA, like I literally wasn't allowed it, but I was allowed the last one. I was in year 12 by then. But like I can remember being like, "Nah, it's like a racing game," and Mum being like wise to it, like, "Nah, like I know." And then I could only play like San Andreas at like mates' houses, but like I can remember being like hell stressed, like, "Oh shit, we're in a literal strip club. Like this feels crazy." Like,
Well, I
dude,
remember, I remember when
can you make her
GTA.
take her bikini off, dude?
Don't touch her, they'll throw us out.
I did, but it is pretty insane. It's like 8-year-olds just like, yeah, light a prostitute on fire. Why not? Like you can like literally. That's the game. That's insane.
Did you ever play GTA when it was like birds
Yeah.
eye?
Yeah,
like,
GTA,
top
yeah.
down.
They were the
The
originals,
original
1, 2, and
ones.
3.
Yeah.
Seriously, they would. You played that far back?
Absolutely, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Shit.
First game I ever played
Ben wasn't a pussy.
was first game I ever played, the original Tekken. It was on the PS1. Dad came home with one of those tiny cube TVs. Put it in our bedroom. Me and my brother James shared a room. He had a PlayStation 1. We lost our minds, and he had Tekken, and we played Tekken all night.
What character were you? What did you main?
I was Eddie.
Nice.
Eddie's got the breakdancing moves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we have any
nice.
points of business, or was
No,
this?
I think it's just a good game.
Smash
Chat.
Brothers?
So
Yeah.
Smash
Yeah.
Brothers,
Yeah.
yeah.
That
yeah.
was hard.
Anyone, I know it's EAFC now, but like, Andy, you're with me. You were like FIFA, like
Big time.
like 03,
Yeah.
like yeah,
Yeah, big
Oh,
time.
man.
I had FIFA
Goated.
04,
It's a great one,
FIFA 07.
real good one. You're
All
both
like
good
my
ones.
house was like all day, every day, and all night would be all the FIFA music playing because my
So
brothers
good.
would just be playing, like taking turns playing FIFA, and because of the music, and it was just like
FIFA
and all
literally.
this, like,
So
music and just,
one of my favorite bands
Awful.
is Kasabian, and I got onto Kasabian from when Clubfoot came out in like 2004. And it was just like the menu music, and I was like, oh my god, this is
What's
awesome.
the best FIFA song, do you reckon?
Probably that is the FIFA song, I think.
Yeah, or Red Morning Light by
it's pretty
Kings of
good.
Leon. You know you could have been a wonder.
What's your like Brownlow vote of video games, Ben?
Oh, I wouldn't be able to do it right now. I'd have to.
There.
I wouldn't want to put my name to something unless I had more time to think about it.
Maybe can you put them in the Alpha Squad Facebook
Final
group?
Fantasy X, Red Dead Redemption 2 and Skyrim. I could go on all day, but there's so many iconic games.
Cool.
Could you do it?
Dude, I haven't played that much. I mean,
It
yeah,
wasn't
like
like Grand Theft Auto until he was 18.
yeah. I mean, I suppose I would. Red Dead Redemption 2 was actually one that I did genuinely play and liked.
I was so
remember-
happy when you played that.
I remember because I was kind of playing because like Ben was like raving about it, talking about it all the time. I was like, oh, I'll give it a crack, and then I was like, dude, it's like boring. Like you got to pat your horse and stuff. And he's like, no, that's what it's all about. And then like after like a couple of months, I was like, oh shit, my horse needs patting. And I was like, geez, I better get home. I got to feed this horse a carrot, and like fully got invested in it. Like,
You'd go 3 votes FIFA though, right?
yeah, but it's just like which one. But yeah, I mean, yeah, there were so many good ones. There was one like, the Streets Won't Forget when it was on Nintendo Wii, and you could just like throw the controller and you just score screams from like 50 yards out. But
FIFA Street.
yeah, FIFA Street also goated. But yeah, I would say like any FIFA just as like number one. I basically played FIFA, Red Dead Redemption 2, and I liked Ghost of Tsushima as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, anyone else want to do the Bright and Love games? Tom, I'd be very interested, mate. What are your 3 favorite
Finding
games?
Nemo, 1 vote. Finding Nemo, 2 votes.
Yeah. Oh, and I had Avatar on Wii.
Oh, that's so bad. No,
Avatar on Wii is hilarious.
Anything
the blue
on
one or
Wii
the
is
cartoon one?
Oh, even like
The
Wii
blue one.
Sports. Wii Sports is shit hot. Like
Absolutely
everyone
iconic.
Yeah, that was
loved.
lit. I liked that.
Everyone had it that
Yeah,
Christmas.
Cultural
not,
reset.
not
And
as
it
good
was
as
just-
iToy. Still not as good as
Would
No,
you
iToy.
call that a
iToy was
video
sick.
game,
I'm
though?
walking it out.
iToy's
Which
iToy was
Which one?
not on
That-
that.
iToy was the camera.
second
Play?
one with the
iToy
sh-
Play 2?
Yeah.
The one where you wash windows.
When I'm watching
The
Windows.
one with the chef. There's a chef game.
iToy
There
was
was-
PlayStation's attempt at trying to take down Nintendo Wii, and it
No,
failed
Nintendo
horribly.
Wii came way after
Yeah.
iToy. iToy was first.
There was a game called Driver on Nintendo Wii,
Yes,
and
that was
do you remember
so
that, dude?
Yeah.
And like when you bring up the Wii remote, it's like pulling the handbrake up in the car, so you could just be like driving, the cops are chasing you, and you just pull the remote up, and you just like fully like. That was sick.
Yeah.
Jeez, I forgot about that until that moment.
There was a Lord of the Rings version of Age of Empires called Battle for Middle Earth. And
I
it was
remember that, yeah.
absolutely
Oh, I think my mother said that.
It was so good, but
Yes.
Mace Dog, you got a thing to say?
Yeah, Nintendo 64. That's what I
Yeah.
grew up
Yeah.
with.
Yeah, GoldenEye.
Donkey
Classic.
Kong,
GoldenEye.
Mario Party.
GoldenEye would get close to my Brownlow votes. I'd probably go FIFA, Pokemon Red, Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk. yeah,
Which Tony Hawk? 'Cause there's some
Pro
shockers.
Skater 2.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I got that out of a
Wasn't there a game called Bully, and they had to like get rid of it?
Well, it's called something different, but
Iconic. They had to change- yeah, so Bully was the name
Yeah.
of it, but they had to change the name. But I recently downloaded that game because I loved it so much.
And it's
You
all
literally-
different?
You're just a kid in school and you're a bully.
Yeah.
And you can either be
So
a good
funny.
kid and fight the other bullies, or you can team up with the bullies and fight
Why is
the
that
nerds.
a game?
I like.
why
Well, it's funny
is that a
because
game?
basically it's a game where like you're a nerd being getting bullied all day, and you like you wait till I get home. I'm going to
And
bully the shit out of these PS2 kids. Like,
and you come from a dysfunctional family, so you come from
Yep.
single mum, and she's just started dating this guy, and it's like it's literally it's a dysfunctional home, and then the stepdad doesn't want you around anymore, so
my
he sends you to
Yeah.
boarding school, and you resent your parents or your step-parents, and then so that's why you're acting up at school.
Did they
That
not
is-
crowdfund a sequel recently?
They did, yeah. I think that all was at a remaster.
Oh, something happened with
And
it recently.
did it get through?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, right. All right, well, this is one for the nerds,
I
wasn't
remember.
it?
I remember
Do
the
you-
front cover of that Bully game.
Yeah, so do I. It was this crest, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was the
like
crest.
the
and
silver
it had the like mantra of the school.
It was peak age for me because that was when remember that movie 13 with the two two girls.
Oh, Brody, stop.
do you know what I find funny?
The clue was in the name, dude.
you know what's
You
funny?
just say yes.
When every single movie, like a movie would come out, and it was in that era where it was like, okay, we'll pump a shit PS2
Yeah.
game out, like, and everyone's like, oh my god, like there was so many like Harry Potter ones. I had the Little Britain game.
Oh,
I've got that too.
I've got that on
It's
Wii.
so
I've
good.
got that on
That
Wii.
was so,
Dude, and it was
so
literally like,
pathetically
so it was
bad.
like you got to jump out of the wheelchair and do this obstacle course before the guy turns back, or you know what I mean? Or like it was like Vicky Pollard, and she's like, yeah, but no, but like, and she's like, rollerblading, and
There
so
was
that didn't need to be a game.
there was the Krusty Demons video game.
Yes, yeah,
That's
that
good.
was a good one. I reckon I had the Athens 2004
Oh,
Olympics.
yeah.
I had the
that-
Beijing
God
2008
bless you.
Olympics,
Yeah.
but the Sega and whatever versus.
Oh, Mario versus
no.
Sonic at the
yeah,
Olympics.
yeah, Mario versus Sonic at the Olympics
Beijing
2008
Olympics.
Beijing on my Nintendo DS.
They
and it
still
was
make
a
those.
sick.
I don't know if you guys had Raw vs SmackDown. Which
Yeah.
was
That was peak
Let's
wrestling.
go. Bikini wrestling.
That was
Bikini
really
wrestling.
problematic because you could have the male wrestlers fight
Yeah.
the female wrestlers,
Yeah.
and they would just proceed to beat the shit out of them for like
Yeah.
15
Was that your
minutes in a
favourite
steel
wrestling
cage or
game?
something.
Yeah.
Favorite wrestling game?
Actually, SmackDown. Just remember the original SmackDown was like 2004.
Yeah, it's 2004 for me, and then 2007 was when I stopped playing it. But iconic games.
Did
too.
you ever play Day of Reckoning? Because I played that on the GameCube. That's the best wrestling
Yeah,
game.
I
for
remember
everyone
it.
listening out there.
That reeks of like, you know, it's like sleepover vibes.
Yeah.
It's like, we're gonna have a cage match next. We're gonna have a cage match.
We'll
Oh
do
no, I
ladders
don't
and
want to
chairs.
We'll do
Boiler
a
room.
career mode.
Yeah, ladders or chairs.
Street fight.
Should we do a bikini one when Mum goes to bed? There's I
I'm getting
also
excited that Liam just loves all the ones with nudity.
You were so
I was so deprived, man. I was
so deprived.
coming around like hell horny to like a 14-year-old mate's house. Dude, you got any games with like any like subpar nudity in it?
Halfway through the bikini match, where's Liam? He's gone to the toilet.
Do you know what the bikini matches were actually
do you know-
called?
No.
Bra and
Brown
panties.
panties.
Bra and panties.
Oh,
There's a classic.
Brown panties, man.
They're still on YouTube if you want to go back and watch it.
That was my mind. I'm
five.
I'm still at 13 to be honest. That was one of the all-time movie betrayals when you get what a great. I want to watch that film.
I'm probably gonna go.
It's
watch
a
it.
great movie.
I watched it within the last 6 months.
Which one?
Of
Still
course
holds
you
up.
did,
13.
Brody.
It's got
Look at the cover photo. You
Evan,
love it.
Evan Rachel Wood's in it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that.
I've never seen it.
Would always be like,
Yeah.
don't be that kid.
When they're
Yeah,
punching
yeah,
each
yeah.
other,
13,
they got the tongue piercings.
Yeah.
And then she goes into the change room with that guy, and they come out when they're shoplifting.
Literally at 13, I was like fat and like didn't know what was going on and going home listening to Hamish and Andy. Like that is not what 13 was like for me.
Oh, dude. Do you know another
well-
fun thing to do? I don't know if anyone did this with FIFA. Like, you do like manager mode and just have like, I think we've talked about this before, Brody. You just have like Adelaide United, and then you just
and
like
then
you
you
put Ronaldinho on your team, and you're like, and then or you make yourself and make every stat 99, and you're like 6'7" and just dominating, just 2-footing.
What's the point there?
Because it's
awesome because
serious.
you're just like, great, 18-0, I've scored all goals. Like, I wish I could actually score a goal in real life.
Do you know like how like the few people in this room have cats? You know how they just do things and they never got taught what to do, but
Yes.
they do it instinctively, like
Yes.
covering the litter. Like no one
Yeah.
taught a cat how to do
It's
that.
just part of
Like every male creates themselves in a video game and
Yeah.
gives themselves overpowered strength.
Yeah.
No one told us to do that, but
Lie.
it's something we all landed on.
I used to in NBA Live, which is an old school
Almost
game.
dominated.
You could make yourself 5'2", which is tiny, but you could still dunk. So you'd see this tiny little person that would soar through the air like, whee! And dunk. It was amazing.
Dude, I used to make myself thick and tough as with like hell long hair and like
Next
headband.
little dweeby,
Like
horny
face
little
tats.
kid.
No one told us to do that, but everyone. I might make myself
300,000
99 out of
for
100.
GTA.
Or I used to amalgamate names of famous players. So I'd be like,
Yeah.
Magic Jordan.
Yeah,
That
it's
would be going
like
on the field.
the love
LeBron
child of
Bryant.
both. I never got around Madden. I know some people cross Madden. That's just not my
No, I was
thing.
big into that too. And you
Yeah.
could make this tiny team of people that were like, again, 5'2" and 10 kilos, and you could play against them. And so you just have to run, and they just like bounce off you, and you play that all day and night.
Bell's been trying to wrap up this podcast
Yeah,
for
I
a
know, I
long
can
time
tell.
now.
I'm just looking at the time.
Well, we haven't even talked about Lemmings yet, or
Great.
World of Warcraft.
Worms.
You know, Worms. Yeah.
Oh, Worms 3D.
Could literally do an entire different series of podcasts just talking about video games for sure.
How do you feel about ending the podcast, the off-air pod, every time with everyone gets a turn of like
Yeah, that's a wrap.
the ceremonial?
Okay, yeah. So there's two
No,
bits of
no,
wood
it's-
that cut for a wedge.
A la
But
Monty
I think
Python's
everyone.
Spectrum,
So I think Andy, it's your turn first. Just say that's a wrap, and then clack them together, and we'll judge each other.
Should we explain though that would you
just
call them the
wooden
claves? Would you
door
call them the
wedges.
claves? Would you call
No,
them? What'd you call them?
yeah, club.
Claves. I don't know what a clave is, but
Oh, actually, just a
it's
fun.
a door. It's a door wedge that you use to keep a door open, and there's two of
it's
them.
used to keep a
Another-
studio door open if we need to,
This
and Andy's
Claves reminded me of another word. Like we were just about to jump into a break today, and Ben was like, "What's a meningi?" And I was like, "What are you, dude? What are you talking about?" And he's
Yeah.
like, "Meningi."
What is it? Yeah. I
And
think
then,
that's what it was.
yeah. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then I realized our boss texted us about menagerie, like earlier, like a snake, like a house for a snake.
Oh,
or
a menagerie.
menagerie. And I said, it's like a home. Oh, and I saw the text, I was like, oh, it's like a home for a snake. And just before you put your headphones on to go, and you're like, oh, that's called a meningi? Anyway, and over 100. And I never got the chance to be like,
Meningi's in the Riverland.
oh, that thing's called a meningi? Yeah. You learn something new every day. You just read that completely wrong. Anyway, Andy.
Well,
it's
good pod,
it's your
everyone.
turn.
Yeah, good pod.
What the hell?
Awesome. I thought you were going to say that's a
The
wrap.
bell. The last thing that he has to do is
So,
So now we're
Sec- sec-
do it
second
again.
chance.
We gotta
and you
We can't go
can't say
from
anything.
So
Go
say
for it.
that's a wrap.
Okay, that's a wrap. Brody,
Come
come on, man, you can't do
There
that.
can't be any noise
it
after
go.
that.
That's
Marlon.
good.
Andy, can I have
It
a
wasn't
go?
authoritative
You want to
enough.
have a go at the ceremonial clave?
Oh, no, busted his claves. There's a lot of weight on the claves. That's a wrap.